Chapter 55, The Speedboat. Suddenly, Julius Fox's speedboat emerged from the water next to the fishing boat. Two men appeared on the deck. One of them, who was standing a step ahead, wearing a black cape, resembled Darth Vader. The two Spaniards hurried to aim their guns at Azer and the professor, but it was too late. The man with the cape spoke in German. "Your hospitality towards the uninvited guests is impressive. You have even given them one of my raincoats." The flat-footed man explained, "This young man is from Spain, a foreign wage worker." The man condescendingly asked, "Oh, really? Is he like you, a poor wage worker from Spain?" Without turning, he ordered the security chief, standing one step behind, take their weapons and assign them service duties. He added, "From now on, only trusted Germans are allowed to wear guard uniforms." "Understood." The man nodded and said, "Yes, sir." Suddenly, the security chief lifted off the deck, floated forward, and down the fishing boat. If it wasn't for the raindrops revealing the clear plate beneath his feet, it would seem like the man could levitate. He stopped just a few inches above the boat. While aiming his machine gun at Azer and the professor, he disarmed the Spanish fellows by taking away their weapons. Then, he pulled off Azer and professor's raincoat and tossed it aside on the deck. Looking down at the professor, Julius Fox greeted, "Professor Nando Poncet. I've heard you're familiar with this place. Finally, we meet face to face." He glanced at Azer and said, "Seems like it's your first time here." The professor stared at the man, remaining silent. Julius Fox pressed a button on his remote control, descended on his hoverboard, and came to a hovering halt in front of Professor Poncet and Azer, next to the hoverboard of the security chief. He said, "Please come aboard." However, neither of them wanted to step onto the hoverboard. In a firm tone, Julius Fox added, "Professor Poncet, I'm afraid I must insist." Seeing their reluctance, he signaled to the security chief. Without hesitation, the man shot a barrage of bullets just above their heads, piercing the wooden cabin behind them and shattering the windshield on the other side. Keeping a close eye on their reactions, Julius Fox repeated, "Come aboard, or the next bullets won't miss." This time, the professor reluctantly stepped onto the hoverboard, and Azer followed suit. Slowly, they floated up to the speedboat's deck. The security chief, still pointing his machine gun towards them, also floated up. With the professor and Azer held at gunpoint, they followed Julius Fox toward the entrance. As they passed through a glass door, Julius Fox instructed the security chief, "Take these two gentlemen to the shower room to dry their clothes." The professor declined, but Azer accepted. Julius Fox assured, "It's all right. The professor and I will wait in my office. Lead this young man to the lower deck." The speedboat was designed with lavish details to impress wealthy clients. In the shower room, the security chief pointed to a bench at the wall and ordered Azer, "Have a seat." Leaving the room, he gestured towards a camera on the ceiling, and added, "You're being watched. Any attempt to escape, you'll be shot." Azer sat with his head in his hands, gazing at the floor. He realized that leaving without the professor would be futile. He decided to take a hot shower to calm his nerves. He had barely begun when the security chief reappeared again, saying sternly at the other side of the cabin door, "You weren't supposed to shower." He spoke to another fellow, "Keep an eye on him. Once he's dried off, send him to the upstairs office." Emerging wrapped in a towel, Azer was surprised to see the tall Spaniard, who was cleaning the floor. The man leaned on his mop and explained, "Alvaro and I quit our jobs, but we can't leave until work hours are over." He added, We'll go back to Cadiz to fix Alvaro's father's fishing boat and take tourists fishing. When he saw Azer heading towards his old clothes on the floor in a corner, he said, "Leave those behind." He pressed a button, revealing a hidden compartment in the wall with tailored clothes and hand-sewn shoes. Azer grinned and said, "When your boat is ready, let me know. I can send you lots of tourists from Benalmádena." The guy said, "With a positive attitude like that, you can survive your worst enemy." He raised his thumb and added, "You are a survivor. Good luck."